But it was a weird atmosphere almost from the first couple of minutes, wasn't it, when United was struggling to get a foothold in the game?
Yeah, but sometimes as players you have to lift the crowd, whether it's a tackle, whether it's a shot on goal. We saw Memphis actually lift the crowd in the 70th minute, was it?
Yeah.
With a shot. Okay, it wasn't on target, but it gets you going. So you need to make something happen as a footballer at this club, just to go through the motions like they did, and people need digging out sometimes. It seems to be an acceptance of bad performance.
What would you be doing in that dressing room?
I'd have my head bent down with my head between my hands, I think I'd be depressed. It'd take me 2 or 3 days to get over that performance.
You don't think that you'd stand up and try and rally the troops? Maybe that's what they're missing in there?
I think I'd try and do that on the pitch. What's the point of doing it in the dressing room?
Just to inspire the lads.
Well, what inspires them now? You've just seen 90 minutes of boring defence. I've tried to defend this team now for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it's getting more and more difficult to do it, because every time you come to Old Trafford, this is what you see: negative football. Okay, we talk about the 31 shots in the last 2 games, whatever. He only scored 2 goals. It's just the big thing for me. I see square pegs in round holes with players in the team. Now, we bought Marouane Fellaini because he was a real handful in the box. You can hit the ball up to him, he bring it down his chest brilliantly. He's playing in a central midfield position, trying to dictate play and create. It's not his game. He's never going to be able to do that. Herrera, I don't know what he is. Is he a number 10? Is he a midfield player? I don't think Van Gaal knows that. Juan Mata gets stuck on the right-hand side. No pace to play on the right-hand side. Okay, he has to come inside. We know that. Martial, is he a left winger? Is he a centre forward? Who knows? We don't know. He gets constantly changed from position to position. I just think there's so many question marks over the team, and don't know. Can you add something to that?
I don't think anything needs to be added to that.
The only thing I would say, I'm glad I don't have to go to Sheffield a week on Tuesday.
Yeah, you do avoid going to Sheffield United for the replay. I suppose what all that leads to, Paul, is, and I can tell you're angry, is it time for a change?
A time for changing football, in style of football. Pass the ball to Wayne Rooney. I think we said he had 34 touches today in the whole game. This is Wayne Rooney. You get your ball to your best players. You're Anthony Martial, you can beat a man. You're Wayne Rooney, one of the best players, one of the best centre forwards. You get the ball to him, but too often they're not. They keep the ball and they're happy with that. 70% possession again. And I truly believe he'll be happy with that performance, but I'm not. I don't think there's many fans in here who how can you possibly be happy with watching that against a League One team?
And if this manager isn't changing it, is the change the manager? Is it time?
No, I'd never call for a manager to be sacked. I think he's got some really good players there, and he spent 250 million quid. He's got to have good players there. Now, his style of football is not suited. He's not suited to English football. It's not suited to not so much to English football, to Manchester United's football. But on the other hand, he's going to argue, and look, we've got through. We're 5th in the Premier League. We're only 9 points off the top, and he has got a case for that. But I think fans would rather see a bit more excitement rather than be in them positions.
I'm sure you'd like to add something to that.
Well, look, I think the style of the football is an issue with a lot of people, but I think today was concerning in the sense of there was no urgency. There was no attacking intent. I thought the most attacking player on the pitch for Manchester United was Daley Blind. His forward passing caused problems for Sheffield United, but other than that, I didn't see many creative players getting on the half-turn, playing forward passes, forward runs, and I think that is the most concerning thing. At home, you think of Manchester United, you think of the fullbacks getting forward, attacking. You just didn't see it today. There was no end product in those areas, and I think...
Sorry, Owen. You just think of the lack of urgency in the team. Players, they're closing people down, not really tackling. It's almost a token gesture at times. Go and tackle him.
You don't always have to play well, but I think that urgency, would be slightly concerning today. That it's like they never got out of third gear.
But this can't all be laid at the door of the manager, can it?
No, it's not. I don't think it's fair to lay everything at the manager. I think the players can play with urgency. I think they can invest more in the game, more energy and more determination. Like Scholes said, it's not all about shots, and sometimes it's about tackles, just showing a bit of intent. These fans want to see something, and today was just wasn't good enough.
Yeah. I think by your reaction we know exactly what you'd be doing in that dressing room right now.